today we're going to be checking out the Boosteroid update on Windows PCs. This is version 1.8.10, and we're also going to be taking a look at Boosteroid Ultra, and we're going to have a look at Fortnite and see how the performance is. So let's take a look at what it says. Added game cards with descriptions for games within the install section. 1.8.9, that was on the 14th of June, fixed the bug with recording short videos when using the H.265 codec. New, the ability to select frame rate 60/120 FPS and bitrate 3 to 80 Mbps. This is absolutely amazing and huge news because it means frame rate, you can select your frame rate, and 120 FPS is going to be so much smoother and nicer and better to play. And 120 FPS means that you also got lower latency because you have your frames are being delivered more quickly to your system, and that means the frame time between each frame is lower. That means you have a lower latency, and each click feels more responsive. Everything feels more responsive when you're playing 120 FPS. This is huge for cloud gaming, and it's amazing for Boosteroid, which also means that Boosteroid is one of only 2 cloud gaming providers that allows you to have 120 FPS option. The rest of them all do 60 FPS. xCloud, Luna, they all cap at 60 FPS. So this is absolutely huge for Boosteroid. It means you're gonna have such a much better experience when cloud gaming. And yeah, I really do believe this is going to help the experience so much. And remember, you do need Boosteroid Ultra to select 120 FPS, and you can select 1080p, or you could use it even at 4K, but not many games are going to be able to handle 4K at 120 FPS because it's such a high demand. But at 1080p, at 1440p, you're going to really be able to benefit the most because you're going to be able to hit those frame rates, and it'll be great. And even if you can't hit the 120 FPS frame rate, even if you're at 60 FPS in game, it's still good to use 120 FPS on the stream because you're getting the quicker frame time on your stream delivery itself. Now the other thing, this is very major, this is huge. Bitrate 3 to 80 Mbps is now adjustable. So you have the slider on the right side, which I'll show you in a bit. But this is absolutely huge because it means that you can get a much clearer image quality, video quality. And this is not exclusive to Boosteroid Ultra, mind you. This is on Boosteroid Standard as well. This is huge because it means your Boosteroid Standard experience is no longer capped at 24 Mbps, and it's going to look so much better. Even on a 1080p stream, if you have a higher bitrate, it can really benefit. I think for me personally, the minimum to really have a nice looking stream at 1080p is around 40 to 50 Mbps, and this is amazing. But really you need the 80 Mbps for 4K when you're using a high resolution and a high frame rate. It's very important because the stream can develop these artifacts if you're using a low bit rate at these high frame rate, high resolutions. So it's very important for that. But this is absolutely huge and makes me so hyped and so excited for Boosteroid. Like, it makes me really want to use Boosteroid much more because previously when you were capped at 24 Mbps, a lot of games did kind of blur a bit, like in high motion or in let's say high detail, when there's a lot of detail like grass elements, a lot of complex detail. That is when you really notice the effects of compression, and which is why bitrate is very important to having a great experience. So this was on the 4th of June. 1.8.8 fixed an issue where the client could select the incorrect screen resolution for 2K plus monitors. Fixed minor UI improvements. So first, let's take a look at this game cards with descriptions for games. What does that mean? Game cards. Let's say. Okay, I'm not completely sure what they mean by that, but yeah, I think it means like these on sale. I haven't seen that before. That's new, I think, and there are also lots of new games actually as well. Loads of new Xbox games I'm seeing here. So if you have Xbox Game Pass, you're going to benefit so much from all these new games they've added. Among Us, Overcooked 2, Stellaris, Deep Rock Galactic, PAX Day, Chained Together, Sneak Out, Dark and Darker, Humanity, Lords of the Fallen, Evil West, Killing Floor 2. Okay, these are on Steam, but all of the previous ones I mentioned, these are all on Xbox Game Pass, I think. Lords of the Fallen, I do want to check this game out. It looks really exciting, really interesting. A vast world awaits in an all-new dark fantasy action RPG. Lords of the Fallen, as one of the fabled Dark Crusaders embark on an epic quest to overthrow Adir, the demon god. This was released on 13th of October 2023, and it just looks like a really great, amazing game. It has kind of a similar visual aesthetic to Elden Ring, and oh yeah, you can actually play Elden Ring on this as well. But yeah, there are lots of new games, as you can see here. Let's see, Monster Hunter Rise, that's on Xbox, Bodycam, Shin Megami Tensei V, Vengeance, Marvels, Midnight Suns, Epic Games, F1 2024, Ghost of Tsushima on Steam, Max Payne 3, Titanfall 2. So many new games you can play now. Killing Floor 2, Panic Core, Scowled Against the Black Priory, Nine Souls, Reuse 2, Ships at Sea, Esport, Godfathers, Wano, Farming Simulator 2022, Sea of Thieves, Space Battle Royale, Senua Saga Hellblade 2, Senua Saga Hellblade 2 on Xbox, so this is on both Xbox and Steam. Tomb Raider on Xbox, Tomb Raider the Definitive Edition. Oh, this is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. The Blinker Amnesia on Xbox, Airborne Kingdom on Xbox, Valheim on Xbox, Homeworld 3 on Steam, Men of War 2 on Steam, Moose Miners on Steam, Little Kitty Big City on Steam, Pummel Party on Steam, Farm Together 2 on Steam, Abiotic Factor on Steam, Foundry on Steam, Hades 2 on Steam, Skur Ritual on Steam, Rotwood on Steam, Euden Chronicle on Steam, Oddsparks and Automation Adventure on Steam, Sky on Steam, Bendy, Secrets of the Machine on Steam, Infection, Free Zone on Steam, Gigantic Rampage Edition on Steam, Crime Scene Cleaner on Steam, Fallout 76 on Steam. So there are some notable games here, especially Palia, I want to check this out, Heavy Rain, Beyond, Detroit Demo, Gigantic. This is one I really do want to check out. It's kind of like Overwatch, similar 5v5 action, but this is in third person, so it very much appeals to me personally. Gigantic Rampage Edition is a premium and definitive release of the original 5v5 MOBA hero shooter Gigantic that provides a dynamic and exciting team-based multiplayer experience for fans of both genres. Choose from a diverse roster of unique heroes, each with a set of upgradable abilities, and team up with 4 other players to control objectives and take down the opposing team's mighty guardian, all while protecting your own. So that does support controller as well. And yeah, Valheim on Xbox, that is one I want to play as well. So loads of games that they have added is amazing, really amazing to see all these games added. So right now I just want to check out Fortnite and see how it does run on the service. We have Boosteroid Ultra, so we're going to be trying out Boosteroid Ultra, and previously it was running very well, but I didn't have access to 4K servers right then. I think there was a problem. I was trying to run 4K servers, but it wasn't quite getting to 4K on the application. But they have since fixed that. Actually, they fixed that on since they did an update. They've kind of fixed that. So when you first load up Fortnite on Boosteroid, you want to go to Library, and then you want to go to Installed, and then you're going to launch from here. I don't think it launches automatically, so you will want to go through the install through your library, and then press launch like that. So yeah, I think that might just be a limitation of the service. I'm not sure. I can't remember if it was like that on standard, but ideally, yeah, it would be good if it would launch automatically. But this kind of gives you more choice as well, because you can sometimes configure things like the frame rate and things like that. Sometimes you need to configure things before you load the game. So in a way, it's good that it doesn't instantly load up into the game. But now, if you want to select advanced options, we will press Control and F2 on my Windows machine. If you're on Mac, it's going to be a different shortcut. But you see here we have video settings, we have FPS, and we have bitrate. Amazing. So let's leave this at default for now. Let's go ahead and see statistics. What is it showing? It's very small on my screen, so I'm not actually able to see what it's saying. It's teeny tiny, but that's fine. We will notice if there's any problems anyway, but I'm sure it's fine. So let's go to 0 build, because I'm not a fan of the whole building mechanics. But also let's see our settings. 1080p, everything is on the highest. TSR epic, epic, shadows, lumen epic, reflection on lumen epic, view distance epic, everything is on epic. Hardware ray tracing is on. So this is absolutely the maximum possible everything, basically. Nanite, virtualized geometry, temporal super resolution, native, anti-aliasing and super resolution, TSR epic. So this is the very highest possible settings that you can have on Fortnite. And if you can handle this, it's amazing, because this is very, very demanding. This is so demanding that my RTX 2060 would be like at 10 FPS if I try to run it like this, or even 5 FPS. I don't think I can actually. Anything that uses hardware ray tracing is going to be massively taxing on the system. So obviously, if you want the highest frame rate, if you want a perfect 120 FPS, you will want to disable all those things. And if you're playing this game competitively, then I would definitely recommend disabling those things. But just for the purposes of testing performance, today we're just going to be taking a look at the very highest and see how it stresses the system. And we're seeing 144 FPS on our top right thing, but I think that's not the stream. That's obviously our local screen refresh rate. That's using NVIDIA Shadowplay's NVIDIA GeForce Experience recording, like their inbuilt frame rate counter. So that is not applicable to our game. So sometimes it does take a little while to load. Oh, we're in the game. Okay, that was actually not too long. So immediately when I'm landing, it's obviously going to be very, very taxing. It's going to be very taxing on the system, but this is obviously just for demonstration purposes. And now when we're closer to the ground, it's quite a bit better now. So the game just looks astonishingly good. This is full ray tracing, mind you. This is amazing, and yeah, it just looks amazing. But something I'm noticing is the bitrate. So it's not super clean right now, and the reason for that is because I don't have my bitrate set to very high. I think it's at 30 something. So we are going to go ahead and increase that bitrate a bit. Oh, actually, maybe we should. Yeah, let's go ahead and increase the bitrate. It's at 60. Okay, so that's going to be even higher now, and it does look pretty good. Yeah, that looks really, really clean now. So that looks super clean. And yeah, this is a very big stress test. Obviously, this is just showcasing how good the performance is, and the performance is amazing. And you see the graphics look just incredible, sublime. So good, they look so good. Fortnite is obviously very advanced with graphics because they use the Epic engine, and they use one of the latest versions of Unreal Engine, Epic's Unreal Engine. So everything just looks really, really good. But for me personally, I think it's weird because I don't think Fortnite is the best possible demonstration of the Unreal Engine. I think Marvel Rivals actually looked better to me than Fortnite. I really hope Marvel Rivals, I can't wait for that game to release. I really hope that comes to Boosteroid as well. That's going to be amazing. Anyway, yeah, Fortnite is not my favorite game, but I do love to use Fortnite as a demonstration of just the visual quality. So look at this castle. It looks amazing. It looks like straight out of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Really does look very similar. So now let's push it even further. I really don't think we're going to be able to have a good frame rate just because it's such a high fidelity. But first thing, let's increase our hard scale just so we can see the frame rate and stuff. So yeah, you're seeing here at the top right 75 FPS, 80 FPS. That is amazing. That is amazing for the highest possible settings that you can use. On 1080p, it is the highest possible settings, and even then we're getting perfectly good frame rate. And yeah, I just want to show you the settings again. Look at this. Epic everything. Anti-aliasing and super resolution TSR epic. Temporal super resolution native. 3D resolution 100%. Nanite is enabled. Virtual shadows epic. Global illumination lumen epic. Refractions lumen epic. View distance on epic. Textures on epic. Effects on epic. Post processing on epic. Hardware ray tracing on epic. Enabled actually. Okay, so that is just showing you that this is going to be very demanding. And yeah, it's amazing that Boosteroid can even run this at all, let alone at 80 FPS. I did not expect this to run this well. But let's so yeah, the ray tracing, just amazing how the lighting effect is so cool. Like when you go inside, you can see the ray tracing, the light completely changes the whole visual, it changes the whole visual aesthetic of the game. And yeah, it looks very clean as well. That's because we have such a good high bitrate as well. But now we want to push it even more further, and this is kind of unrealistic, and I don't really recommend you do this, but this is just purely because we are a bit crazy and we want to try everything possible. So we're going all the way to 4K. So we're going all the way up to the very max, and wow, it's still maintaining 30 FPS. That is amazing. The fact that it's still getting 30 FPS even though we're on the absolute maximum possible, unbelievable. Whoa, look at how clean that is. Look at that, it's so clean. That is just unbelievable. Amazing. That is insane. And obviously you're not going to really be able to play like this because the frame rate is going to stutter a lot, but there is no hardware really on the market that can run this at 60 FPS without using like upscaling like TSR or DLSS and things like that. Very difficult to reach a good frame rate, but this is just incredible. This is full native 4K, by the way, 100% 4K. No upscaling, nothing. This is pure native, true rendered, rasterized 4K, and this is true rasterized performance, and it's incredible. I'm just blown away by the visual quality. Look at that. It's crazy. That is crazy. Just incredible. So yeah, I hope you found this useful. I hope this was a good demonstration of Fortnite. And yeah, we're going to be leaving it there. Hope you found this interesting. Let me just try and get a good view of the castle thing. What is this? Play boop. Just look at that. Unbelievable performance. That is so impressive. Yeah, just look at that. Crazy stuff. And now we can try and disable something like let's say we disable ray tracing, hardware ray tracing. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, that is now stable 30 FPS, so we can lock that at 30 FPS. Let's go ahead and lock to 30. How do you, oh, frame rate limit. Okay, let's see if we can, and that does actually help with your latency as well. It really helps aiming. When you lock to a certain FPS, it's going to be better than just running unlocked. Like if it's fluctuating between 20 and like 40 or 30 and 40, that's when you really want to lock your FPS. It'll help a lot. But yeah, I hope you found this to be a helpful demonstration of Boosteroid Ultra, and we're going to leave it here for now. Thank you for watching. I hope this was interesting. Make sure you do sign up to Boosteroid Ultra. Always do a speed test before you buy, and yeah, you do need to own the license for the games. But feel free to ask any questions in the comments. I'm so hyped and for the future of cloud gaming and Boosteroid cloud gaming especially. So thank you for watching.